Good morning. Good morning, mister.
Hello there, Ian. What's the word?
Well, the word is, my man, that my friends want to meet you.
Excellent. Where do they want to meet?
See, that's the thing. You have to find them.
Find them? But are they lost?
No, my good man. They are just where they don't want to be found. At least by anyone who wouldn't want to leave them where they are.
I love these clandestine meetings. Do I get a hint?
You sure do. You sure do.
Well,
They're in this valley.
great.
Look for the signs of faded glory. Even the old and useless still have a place to serve their purpose.
It's almost poetic.
Just remember, read the news, but ignore the sermon.
Oh, for God's sake, just let me go on and stumble upon what I'm supposed to find.
Right. Just remember what I told you. You'll be rolling in the aisle.
I kind of hate you.
I love you too, buddy. Oh, and this is important. If you run into anyone who should try to relieve you of your belongings, just say, lemon drop, billy goat, and they'll know you're on the level. Like I said, they're hidden somewhere in the valley. They don't want to be found by the wrong people. Capiche? This valley is a huge place. Lots of people can be found, but never seen again. Don't be like the Killingtons. That's all I gotta say. Ah? The news? Man, the news is the key to everything. Being well-informed doesn't always mean you're well-informed, though, eh?
You're not that clever.
I know. But hey, I'm having fun. This place is a shithole, but it's my shithole. Hey, I'll ask you not to mention his name in my presence. Well, hey, look, you're learning already. Remember this code. It's very important. Lemon drop, billy goat. Say it for me, but not too loud.
Lemon drop, belly goat.
Perfect. You're a genius. Hey, take care. Good luck, man.
They're too busy with their dice game to talk to you.
Ah, Mr. Rom, was your first night in Vauxville lovely? Oh, that's too bad. May tomorrow be better.
One can only hope.
Well, if you get a chance, you should head over to the Hermit Homestead in the Northwest. You might enjoy the trip.
That sounds delightful.
Yes, well, Tyr is still closed due to some clever criminals that have managed to elude capture.
Lovely to know the city is safe.
Well, have a nice day, sir.
You hope whoever built this bridge wasn't completely incompetent, as bridge builders tend to be. Grimy lot, they are. You see grass, dirt, rocks, and trees. Bloody exciting, isn't it? It's one of Rayford's guards going about his usual patrol. Whatever else you might think of Rayford, he's an efficient bastard. You have nothing to say to that. The guard is busy patrolling, and doesn't have time to spend talking to you. Besides, you don't want to talk to the law. F. Acre Farms. You assume there's a farm around here somewhere. The woods have become a bit more cultivated here. To the west you can see a farm, and to the north some fallen trees. There are a number of stumps and fallen trees here which have been harvested for their lumber. There's an old axe stuck in the top of one of the stumps. You attempt to pull the axe out of the stump. You just can't seem to pull it out. This area of the forest is being harvested for wood. As well as the stumps and fallen trees, there's some large living trees ready to be cut down. The river runs through this quiet section of the forest. Someone has placed some rocks in a shallow section of the river, creating a path across. Some princess didn't want their feet wet. The trees have thinned out as the river cuts right through this area of the forest. To the north, you see the path heads towards the mountains. This is a well-travelled area of the forest. There's a large tree here, a few dead stumps, and some large rocks. This is a large rock. Some people would call it a boulder. Other people would call it a bloody massive rock. The people who created this path would have called it a pain in the arse. There's no point in it. You're deep into the forest. Trees, grass, rocks, and dirt paths all come with the package. The ground is damp and the air is humid. Well, he was wearing some armor, apparently not enough. Crikey, his damn head fell right off into the stump. Got to admit, that was equal parts cool and gross, as there were still a few rotting tendons holding it on. You should probably leave the poor bastard alone now. It's an old rotted stump. The rotting skeleton of some poor bastard is laying against it. You peer inside and notice an old steel helmet, complete with horns. It's too bad this guy died because he might have been a badass. You take the helm, figuring you could use it better. You're deep into the forest. Trees, grass, rock. Little remains of the house now. You pause to consider what could have caused such devastation. Then you wonder if that sort of power is still around for the taking. What a pleasant ruin of a chimney. You imagine if there was a house surrounding it, it would be quite lovely. You place your hand in the chimney. Wait, there's something in there. You can feel a loose brick and...
Ah!
You just put your hand in a wasp's nest. They were definitely stinging you. That was almost as bad as the time your legs fell asleep in Swart's cart. In the distance, you see the woods begin to change. There seems to be a different species of trees. Man, this valley is big. This must have been someone's pride and joy once. A large hand-carved fountain and reflecting pool is now filled with green, scummy water and overgrown aquatic plants. To the north, you see a path and a cemetery beyond. This was once a great fountain, but it's not been looked at for many years. The water is putrid, the stonework crumbling. Growing in the water are some lilies with some rather fetching flowers on them. You consider the contrast between the beauty of the flowers and the ugliness of the fountain and water. Then you fart. There's no way in hell you're going to drink any of that water. There's a path which leads to what seems to be a graveyard to the north. The graveyard is bordered by a rather magnificent stone gateway and a cast iron fence. Wow, they're high. The graveyard has a number of gnarled dead trees in it. They were obviously magnificent specimens when living, but now are just shadows of their former glory. This grave holds the remains of Stephen. I told you it wasn't a rash. Here lies an atheist, all dressed up and nowhere to go. Here, Delia's buried at 80, when young, a lewd rapacious whore. Vain and expensive, but when old, a pious sordid drunken scold. Here lies Edith. Here lies my poor wife, much lamented. She is happy, and I am contented. Ronald Blake was hanged by mistake. Shed a tear for Jimmy Brown, poor Jimmy is no more. For what he thought was H2O was H2SO4. Here lies Johnny Yeast. Pardon me for not rising. Sir Alistair Strange. Here lies an honest lawyer. That is strange. It's a crypt. Creepy.
Yep, it's definitely the door to the crypt, and it's definitely locked and sealed. Good to know though, eh?
This graveyard is sufficiently creepy. The graveyard is scattered with various gravestones of varying size and condition. This really is a massive graveyard, rows upon rows of tombstones with the occasional large tomb breaking the monotony. A hell of a lot of people have died in Volksville. Made from stone and wood, this old crypt looks like it would stand another 1,000 years. At first glance, it looks just like an ordinary stone door, but when you really gaze at it, there seems to be something different about it.
Looking closer, you see a shallow indentation on the door in the shape of a shield.
Try as you might, this door will not open. The mountains feel closer from here, reaching up into the sky to touch the heavens. Blech.